Главный хит, никто Россию не победит. ВДВ, с неба привет, ультрамариновый набок берет. Тельник с волной и море погон, с неба навеки десант обручен. ВДВ, сколько побед, из парашютов белый букет. Радугой мирной порядку пола, слава десанту, честь и хвала. В Центральном парке салют в Москве. Мечтают парни о ВДВ. Любым оружием владеть легко. Знамя победы главней всего. ВДВ, с неба привет, ультрамариновый набок берет. Тельник с волной и море погон, с неба навеки десант обручен. ВДВ, сколько побед, из парашютов белый букет. Радугой мирной порядку пола, слава десанту, честь и хвала. Честь и хвала. Точках в горах, лесах атаку вихрем ведет десант, срываясь ливнем внезапно вниз. И только ставка по жизни жизнь. ВДВ, с неба привет, ультрамариновый набок берет. Тельник.
You know, like it's I don't see what the difference is there. Like and for the we're just now live on the main page, but yeah, so let's get in that. We got breakfast tacos, we got ultra-nationalist Japanese, and we got a whole slew of other things to cover today. And it's going to be a doozy because America is the political comedy that just keeps on giving.
So roll the tape. Just roll the tape. Me and Matt, I think I've watched this probably like 6 times. Like... And coming, just to get a little background, I come from Denver, where 90% of my friends are Mexican. I'm honorary Mexican. I could say this in front of them, but not in front of the Latina conference. But another thing, when like with that stereotype with tacos with Mexicans. Why is it always tacos? I find that if their best dish is a tamale. I've had so many good home cooked tamales. They're awesome. Why can't that be the comparison?
I don't know. I see, and especially for like on the go eating, which let's face it, that's what most Mexicans are doing. They're eating on the go, whether they're the ladies or the men. They're typically doing manual labor and they're on the go. So looking for portable food, and that leads to the tamale and the burrito. The taco is okay if you go white people style. Like if you go Taco Bell taco, yeah, that's a perfectly portable food. But like a good street taco is not really like portable food. That's kind of sit down and eat. A burrito on the go, tamale on the go, no problem.
And during this whole thing, all I could think about, people are freaking out about it. And all I could think of is I have a Uncle Taco who is full Mexican and loves the nickname they gave to him when he was young. Like, that's all I gotta call. You know what? I'm gonna call my Uncle Taco and be like, "Hey, did you hear what Jill Biden said today?"
What would your Uncle Taco think of that?
He would probably somehow turn around and say, "Yes, yeah, I'm famous now. She's talking about me." I bet he would say that. Uncle Taco would be on it. And then
that's awesome.
Did you ever meet him?
Yeah, I met him a couple times. He came to the Hofbrau with us before.
His go-to word of advice, like all these old dudes have word of advice. Like, remember my coach was like, do push-ups every day and don't have any credit cards. That was his advice. Uncle Taco's advice is sniff jalapenos. You won't have a stuffy nose. That's his go-to. That's his fucking go-to.
That's about like like the Vicks Vapor Rub for everything.
Yes. And audience, I am not making this up. Uncle Taco is real. He was a Golden Gloves boxer. He was a Marine. He's a fucking hero. But his name is Uncle Taco.
And he's as Mexican as it gets, and it's
Yes,
awesome.
he is. He is. He's a national treasure.
And so what's funny is like as a half Mexican guy who was raised very very white, but and later on in life I'm leaning more towards pulling the Mexican card every chance I get, just because it just makes people uncomfortable, and as you know, we thrive in the uncomfortable.
And you married the Spanish teacher.
Yeah, a white girl, very white girl that speaks better Spanish than me.
Not like Peggy Hill Spanish. It's legit Spanish.
Legit
Not
Spanish.
Peggy Hill.
She knows
Yeah.
multiple dialects and accents, and yeah, she's pretty good, and I can get by, and that's about it. And yeah, so but I like playing that card anymore, just because, like I said, it makes people uncomfortable, and I find that funny, making people uncomfortable. But I even if I was like more in tune with my Mexican roots, that the fact that she said that didn't really offend me. It's just like the way she said it very confidently, like she was
I'm one of you. I'm the
right,
honorary. Don't worry,
right,
I'm the
and
honorary.
you're just like, he didn't even say bodega right. Like, the bodega is famous for New York. Like, you hear bodega, you think New York. Like, it's just, and I guess if you don't know what a bodega is, it's like a little mini mart that's got
It's a
like,
mom and pop shop.
yeah, mom and pop. It's they usually got like fresh sandwiches and like a little, it's like a 7-Eleven with like good sandwiches, kinda, or like good like whatever ethnic food, because they're usually, foreign, immigrants that own them. And yeah, but what she said, Bogota. I'm not gonna be able to pull up this video. My internet is fucked right now.
All right. Am I going to have to produce the shit out of this
You
again,
might
Matt
have
McKinley?
to. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
can't tell if it's my internet or if it's my computer bogging down. I think it. I don't know.
All
Either
right.
way.
Jill Biden, where are you at? Oh, the Dems are just having a rough week
Oh
when
man.
it comes to our Latin brethren and sisters.
Well, the Biden family in general is man, they are in a, but
If
you
I could,
call this is like the July slump. They're really slumping right now.
they're like the Rockies' June swoon.
Yeah, and it's funny is the Hunter Biden stuff is like, it's nothing new. It's just like more of what we already knew, and the media continues to just fucking ignore it.
So I guess they're because of this, they're playing like I feel like every day they have new Biden blunders that they just bring
Mm-hmm.
up from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And he was at some conference. I'm guessing it was Latin something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's almost like my dad wanting to show me a new song he found. He's like, hold on, let me show you, let me show you. And he starts playing Despacito. Like you would have gotten more street cred if you played like the Texas Tornadoes or even War.
Oh yeah.
Even though
Santana.
War is not Hispanic, pretty close to the lowrider culture there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, or like South Park Mexican, something like that.
Right.
Like, yeah, granted, South Park Mexican, that's a pretty deep cut. But yeah, Texas Tornadoes, I don't care where you're at. If you're like inner city, like, East LA, or you're in, West Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, and you bump Texas Tornadoes, Hey Baby, Que Paso at a quinceañera, and the place burns the fuck down.
You know what? It would have if I was the president and I was like, okay, I got to play a song that's going to get me good cred with the Latin culture. I'd play Selena, Bitty Bitty Bumba.
Yeah.
They would be like, yep, you're on board. You know us.
Well,
Bitty Bitty Bumba, Bitty Bitty Bumba.
And then, yeah, or if you want to like be like, "Hey, I'm white, but I still get you guys." That's where the Texas Tornadoes come in.
That's right.
That's a great Tejano country band, and it just you got it's the perfect. You got the country music for the white folks, and you got the Tejano for the Mexicans. It's a good blend, and if you knew Mexicans at all, you would know that,
You
and you'd also know if you knew Hispanic culture at all, you would know what a fucking bodega is and how to say it.
you know
Um,
what? The Texas keep on harping on Texas Tornadoes. You're totally right. It is the only song at a Mexican wedding where you have the Mexican family and the white friends that got invited
mhm.
all go on the dance floor and
At
know
the same time, yeah,
exactly how to dance to it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
that's a banger. What maybe
Matt, let
that'll
me share.
okay. Um, yeah, that's a banger. Never misses. It's like South Park.
Never,
Never misses.
never.
All right, you're up.
Hey, baby, que pasó? Little bit's better nada. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to go to
Um,
a wedding right now.
But the funniest, well, I guess we'll watch the video first because I've got a, I mean, because this is such a good fucking
Uh,
material for further for future jokes. It's so good, so good.
Diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
What
cricket, 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 cricket. You know what's the
oh.
you know what's the greatest thing about that? Somebody wrote that for her.
Oh,
Somebody wrote that for her.
yeah. I'm
You know,
sending you a another, and I don't know where this one was from, but it is so funny. I sent it to your text.
you know what the Bidens remind me of? Like those 90s movies where the principal is really trying to be cool with, say, like younger kids
Uh
or
huh.
the Hispanic kids or the
Yeah.
black kids. It just makes like a joke like, are you fucking kidding me?
All right. Well, don't you fuckers steal this. I'm gonna like Photoshop Jill Biden's head onto Steve Buscemi and it's like, "How do you do, fellow breakfast tacos?"
Oh my god, it
No,
does it,
nobody.
man.
I gotta make that now. So
Wow.
that's how do you do, fellow breakfast tacos?
Um, are you going to put together a stepbrother picture too as well with the new photo?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's your other Liz Cheney. Oh,
So say it with me. Si se puede. The future is ours. Thank you.
do you mean si se puede?
Si se puede. It reminds me of fucking is it Princess Bride? Love is what brings
Well, it brings
us
us
together
together.
today. Si se puede.
Jill Biden's so white that that word almost turned into Broadway.
Oh, that should be a hashtag. Hashtag Jill Biden so white. Like that would be that could get trending on Twitter. Just like Jill Biden
Let's
so white she reuses mayonnaise jars or something like that.
Jill Biden's so white that she was the first person to shove that little Mexican girl, not Nancy Pelosi.
that that just like not so subtle racism of the just like she's touching me. Like,
Can I show that again? Because
yes,
that's just as
you
good.
may. And then
Um,
let's should we pull up old Nancy fun bags?
Nancy,
Oh man.
you jerked
I
it off to a 80-year-old woman, didn't you,
I've
Matt?
spoke on this on Nancy Pelosi's titties for at length at this point, but
You have.
I'm in no way am I ashamed of that.
So, quick question:
Mm-hmm.
if you had a choice to see either Nancy's boobies or Dolly Parton's boobies. Who you going for?
Dolly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 100% Dolly. I don't care if Dolly's 140 and still like, as long as she's alive, I want to see those cannons.
Oh, Nance. Oh, Nance. I mean, it's just even better that the new GOP rep who turned like a blue district red, it's
Yeah.
her daughter, and her daughter's just having none of it.
I know it. It's awesome.
She's my favorite. Okay.
Oh, I just but then
We
like
wanted our bachelor
shook off
coming
Nancy
to
Pelosi. It's like,
Well, throwing them bows. And then she's like, nope, I'm getting in the picture too. Unhands me, peasant.
yeah.
Get out of here.
The
Oh.
brown child touched me. Ah.
Oh, I love the sass on this girl. She don't give a shit.
No, she don't. She really don't.
Fuck you, old white woman. Okay, now you want the cannons.
Oh yeah, let's see the Pelosi cannons.
You know what? I'm gonna search it just like that. Nancy Pelosi cannons. Thank you. Cannon fodder.
Cannon
I guess.
fodder.
Okay, Nancy Pelosi boobies. There you go. Oh, geez.
Nancy Pelosi's lovely tits. I
Some of
found
these websites just see some of this is fake. Like that's got to be fake, right?
I know. See, so I went to this. I had this issue.
That's got to be fake, right?
Yeah,
that's fake, right?
That's got to be fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't find it, Matt.
Damn
Here, let me do some producing. You just talk, so I don't, show.
I can send it to you as well. Oh, and here's little Miss Jen Psaki with those cannons too. But there we go. I just sent you both.
Wait, text. So I had a question about that.
Okay.
Is that when she was at some department before the White House?
I think that was when she worked for the Obama White House.
Okay, did she have a boob reduction?
I don't know. I think she just wears stuff that doesn't show the boobs anymore. I don't know. I feel like I've let the audience down being the expert on Jen Psaki that I am. But I mean, look at that. How do you not love that out of the White House press?
I feel there's got to be a reduction there because I would have noticed them by now.
Maybe so, or maybe she just once she got up to the big time, she stopped wearing the form-fitting stuff.
Got it.
There's I don't know. Look at those.
There's Mamsie.
Behemoths, man.
That's good work. That's just good work.
Kind of impressive, It makes you proud of America again. She may be a giant, just gross piece of shit lizard person, but hey, at least she's got some big old titties.
Okay, we're gonna do a comparison here. I think there was a reduction there.
Maybe so. I couldn't find a whole lot just on the quick search that I did last week, but I don't believe Kamala Harris has a very impressive rack.
See, look, those don't look the same.
No, they don't, but also that dress looks all like bulky where it like doesn't
bulky.
It's like not form-fitting like that sweater is. I mean, you remember like that 70s show joke where they wore the chicks with the huge tits wore the sweaters. And that's always nice because they cling in places. But that dress was not clinging. It was designed not to. I think she toned it down. You may be right on the reduction. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying if you think of how politics work and it's all about optics, and you are literally paid to lie on behalf of the administration. That is your job. So they want as little distraction from you as possible because you're already going to be feeding them bullshit. So they're like, hey, tone down the tits, Jen. Like, like we don't need the fire crotch and the huge tit jokes coming from both sides. All right, so like let's ease back on the cannons.
So I hate to bring this up again. No, I don't. But Jill Biden made that comment. Do you know where Joe Biden was and who he was meeting?
He was meeting with President was it Lopez Obrador
El
from the Mex?
Presidente.
Yeah.
And I gotta
Oh.
pull up the video. Apparently, like El Presidente was talking some shit, and so I guess he had said it, and then the translator was saying it, and these two dudes are just like death staring at each other because essentially he's like talking shit to the president. Let me
Oh.
pull this up. This is like there's like no respect. There's none.
Oh. Yeah, it's well I covered this last week on Finn's Post Politics when I was solo, but Ken Salazar is now the ambassador to Mexico. Did you know that?
I did know that.
And yeah, he is
Fucking
like
Ken Salazar.
his strategy where Trump was like, "Hey, I don't give a fuck what you do domestically, but if you crack down on the border, I'll turn a blind eye." And then threatened them with tariffs if they didn't. Whereas now Salazar is like trying to buddy up with him, and in the meantime, like he's cracking down on dissent from like the opposing party, and at the same time, there's an NGO that he is bitching about that is funded by the U.S. federal government, i.e., me and you, who is actively working to oust the president. Supposedly legally, through a vote, but you know how these CIA things go. Um, there
Very,
was
very
no,
sneaky.
yeah, there was no direct tie to the CIA, but there never is. Plausibility, deniable plausibility. Thank you, Joe Biden. You're wearing off on me. Um, End of quote. Repeat the line.
God damn
That
it,
was
Matt. I
that was
can't
the
find any
other
of this.
that was the trifecta of the Biden weekend from hell. You had the 4chan people hack Hunter Biden's iCloud account and release more shit that we already knew, but even weirder stuff like there was conversations with his dad, and he had his dad listed in the phone as pedo Pete, like pedophile Pete.
What? Wait, what? His
Yeah.
dad was pedo.
Yeah. He sent a picture to his dad,
Cool.
aka Pedo Pete, of him railing this chick, like full nude, like full sex pic.
To his
Uh,
dad?
yeah. Um,
Wow.
lot of videos of him smoking crack. Like for a guy that loves crack as much as Hunter Biden apparently did, he is way too fast and loose with a camera, man. Like there is no wonder he had to pay a bunch of hookers to party with him, because any normal person doing crack would be like, "Man, put the fucking camera away." That's evidence. But I mean, I guess when you're one of the Biden family, that doesn't matter though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So then it's funny. Like, have you seen anything about it on the news?
No, nothing.
Yeah. That broke this weekend, and yeah, I've yet to see much coverage on any of the main outlets. Like, not even Fox News is covering it, and you're just like,
Pedo.
how how is this not a bigger story? I mean, I get it. Like, everybody's got a family member that's a little fucked up, but when you're the president's son, and before the vice president's son, and you're making all sorts of deals with these overseas companies that we just so happen to be like going to war for. Um, it looks, I mean, it raises some alarm bells when that same kid, making multi-million-dollar deals with Russia and Ukraine and China, has also like got a bunch of videos with him smoking crack with prostitutes, and like having conversations about about what kind of prostitutes he wants.
What
Um,
what is he into?
let me see if I can pull that up. I think because that's just
Oh,
screenshots.
that's the other thing. After we're done with this, can we please watch the news anchor at least the last minute?
Oh yes, that beauty.
And
You know, I am 100% on that chick's side, especially after hearing the backstory. We'll get to that when we get to it.
okay,
Um,
and
but you know what? I just like preemptively, I'm giving her like a round of applause because that was truly enjoyable.
let me just as a little trailer. This chick is the type of chick that would hit on me at the bar, whether I'm 20 or I'm 40. A drunk,
This
crazy, a drunk, crazy blonde cougar-esque, way past her prime. Those are the
this
ones that always hit on me at the bar.
this is a yeah. This chick is a good time. Like this is one of the like if we are still back in college, if we're with with this chick, like she'd have been one of the first people that we called for a party. Like we'd call the boys and her,
Yes,
like because she's basically one of the boys. Like you can tell it. Like
it's
she
it's
can hang.
something. It's something about those crazies that like 40-year-old looking Aaron. I don't know what it
Well,
is.
let's go ahead and pull that up while
Uh,
I'm waiting on my computer to respond.
what was it
It
on?
it was I sent it. I texted it to you on it was a
There
YouTube
she
link.
is. There she is.
Oh, where'd you go? Aaron dropped out. I got a couple comments watching trains go by on YouTube. I'm not buying the idea the other. Either of you are straight and want to see any pair of tits unless you're planning to transition. She was pregnant at the time. Hey, well, good for you watching trains go by. You know more about Jen Saki's tits than I do, so
Okay.
props. I was reading some comments while you dropped out. Um, Mr. Watching Trains, I think Mr. Ms. Zay, Zer, I don't know how what their pronouns are.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not buying the idea that either of us are straight and want to see any pair of tits unless we're planning to transition. And
Well, there's a saying in my family: the gayest cousins are the ones that are married to women.
that's probably true.
That is probably true.
Now I I always want to see a pair of tits, but transition aside, like I'll grow my own damn tits if I'm
Working
gonna
on them right
transition.
now, sir.
Yeah,
Working on them right now.
but it's the old Ron White joke. You know, some grizzled old biker ladies. You won't see my tits? Yeah,
All
I
right.
do. All
Yeah.
right,
I
roll them
mean,
back up. It's a classic old Ron White bit, and it's 100% true. I
seeing boobies at this age, yes, it's like, ooh, those are nice. But also there are other categories like, I wonder what they look like.
I can't even talk shit on this gal. Like she rolled with the punches.
For
Um,
30 minutes. Then they
yeah,
cut her off.
yeah. Let's go to sports.
We love those Mets.
Studio
We
31.
love those Mets.
Oh man, what
She's in trouble from the start. Here we go.
a
CBS 6 News starts now.
This is like upstate New York. Apparently, they are
Developing now, we're
shorts-
learning of a massive explosion and large fire at a One Oak plant in Medford, Oklahoma. It is the location of a natural gas terminal that moves natural gas through
It's
Kansas and Texas.
it's like she's telling the
You
story
see,
to her
massive
girlfriends at the
underground
bar
I
stores
know
of
it.
gas
after
are
3
at
white
risk.
Zinfandels.
Evacuations have been
Like,
ordered for the
this would be
town
a
of
good
Medford,
podcast.
Oklahoma,
I'd listen to it.
with
Right?
unknown fatalities, injuries and injuries are unknown at this situation. All right. So, well,
Oh.
hello. Good afternoon. Like I
Hello.
was telling you this morning, if you watched us this morning, starting at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I told you, you know what, today,
You know
what a
what?
beautiful day outside. It is
What a
just
beautiful day
amazing.
outside.
And so,
It's amazing.
a
You
great
know how
time
you know
for
she's drunk? She
outdoor
gets the
music.
Popeye
The Power
speaking
Spark
out one
concert
side of her
series
mouth.
kicking off this
Uh-huh.
afternoon.
And
It's
it's
a
kinda got-
celebration
got a little
of
bit
the
of a lazy eye going.
250th
Yeah.
anniversary of the village of
Oh,
Lansingburg.
and that
She's trying
Now, but
to
they're going
compensate
to
for
like
it
do
and,
this
open
throughout
her eyes
August,
real
but it's
wide.
just today's a very
and they're
special event.
man, her
And I
hair,
just
man,
can't
she looks
tell
like
you
she just
how
had a
much
night.
I
Oh
love
man,
this Powers
she
Park
looked like
event.
she had
And
a
we
couple
got there
sake
early because they
bombs,
started at 2
during
p.m.
happy
and it
hour
was
and
hosting
maybe,
numerous
slipped
concerts
into the
throughout the
bathroom with a
day. And
fella.
like, so we started it
Right
off
before she
with
had to
that
get back on
showcasing of
camera.
muscle cars from the
And
Adirondacks.
good for her.
Now, you know,
Good
Here
for
we go.
her.
Should we go to sports?
Yeah.
they are hopeful that that exhibit's going to bring even more events and exhibits to the area in the future. And so moving on tonight is we have to tell you
We
also,
have to
you know,
tell you.
like other news that's happening in the area and across the, you know, the area in the nation. Let me tell you
Would
about
you
this.
say
A
she's
4-year-old
having the
girl
time of
is
her
actually
life?
dead. Another
Having
man is
the
clinging to
time of
life
his
after
life.
shooting in Ohio.
Boom
Officers
goes the
say they
dynamite. Okay,
responded.
let's go to sports, shall we? Oh man. Then she chats up the weatherman.
No, the weatherman was a total dweeb.
Maybe a renegade storm on Friday, but overall, I think we're
Maybe.
looking pretty good. A little warmer,
89
though, heading
degrees,
into the weekend.
91
Heather?
degrees is
I mean,
hot.
what an amazing weekend, right? You know, we're going to move forward with a canine unit taking event in Albany this afternoon. The Albany County Sheriff's Office hosting the United States Police Canine
man.
Association.
Where's it at? Where's that? Where's sports? There we go.
Last night,
Here's the finale.
showing that they know how to use guns correctly. It also tests accuracy. You know, they're also required to buy a special locking system to store it. Owners undergo regular inspections
When
and
she was talking
renewal
about the
courses.
Japanese prime minister, she's like, "Oh,
And of
bummer."
course, the suspect in the
know.
case of that assassination, they're
She was
facing
trying real
strict
hard to have a
assassination,
personality in that, and,
strict
you know what?
regulations
She succeeded.
by of his own.
I
Police
kinda
say
love
the
this
device
lady.
was homemade, fashioned after a muzzle loader, which helped skirt ammunition regulations.
Yeah.
All right, so still ahead today, the Mets. We're talking sports. Let's just move ahead with sports, right? The Mets taking on the
We're like,
Marlins. How they are
cut it,
responding
cut it,
after
cut
a
it,
Yeah,
tough
you know
loss
that was
last
the producer's
last
like, we're
night.
going to sports
So much
right
more
now.
on that.
Right now, we're going to sports. Yeah, let's go to sports.
Where's the? Oh, okay. No, this is the best part. When she comes back, she forgot that she still needs her microphone.
And now,
Yeah.
CBS 6 Sports, sponsored by your local upstate Chevy dealers.
All right, and tonight for more Saturday baseball, the New York Mets back in action in New York Series against the National League rival Miami Marlins. You know how much we love the Mets and the Yankees and all this, and we're keeping you up to date. All right, and so we're talking about sports, and so as we continue, we're going to let you know what we can expect as we continue right on in to the next
She
break.
hides,
All
like,
right,
the microphone
developing
like
now,
she's
we
my
are
kid.
learning more of a
know.
massive explosion in large fire at
no,
the One Oak
no,
Natural Gas
we're gonna
Plant in
go.
Medford, Oklahoma. We are keeping
man.
you up to
Nope, cut off. So
Oh.
what's the backstory then?
So apparently she volunteered to fill in for like the evening news
Okay.
because they were short staffed, and then like that was something like 3 weeks ago, and since then she's been doing like the 6 a.m. The 7 p.m. and the 11 p.m. news for like five days a week for like the last 3 weeks. So not only
So
was she probably
drunk.
exhausted, but then she also got a little too loose at happy hour. And you know what? Good for her. They suspended
bless
her,
her.
I guess. I think we should protest that. If we're gonna protest anything, protest that.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a hard-working woman just trying to get through the day. Had a few pops, you know, and who can blame her? who can blame her? It's been a
She's
rough
a
couple years.
three three episodes. Need a drink in between. Ron Burgundy could do it. Fuck, why can't she? Sexist.
Well, I mean, because let's face it, men are better. But I mean that's just to be expected at this point. I'd assume. And but hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sometimes you get a little loose at happy hour and you stumble over your words when you're reading the news. It happens.
I mean,
And who
if you
was
can't
hurt?
get excited about the Mets, why even try?
That TV station got more views because of her having a little bit of fun and rolling with the punches than they would have ever got had she not. So
Ever.
I ask you this: who was hurt in that situation where she needed to be suspended?
I also have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you really writing a marketing campaign for dick pills?
I did. I am working on a pitch for Blue Chew.
Blue Chew, huh?
Blue Chew. They're chewable Viagra.
Huh. You know what? The gears are turning. I mean, do you have one of them that incorporates blue balls?
You could. It's a good way to get rid of blue balls or to prolong the blue balls.
Yeah, I want to feel young again. Have blue balls with Blue Chew.
Yeah. Make it last as long as you want to, until your heart explodes.
Do you want your plums blue? Blue Chew.
Exactly. They also probably have a plum flavor. So I'm just plum ecstatic that they might be a sponsor.
You could say he was plum surprised.
Oh, what a I gotta give a shout out to Kevin Hart. That new movie he put out with Woody Harrelson on Netflix called The Man from Toronto. I thoroughly enjoyed that. The plot is stupid as shit, but as far as comedy goes, the action sequences are over the top ridiculous. Like he gets hit by a car multiple times and gets back up. I mean, it's stupid as shit, but funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's
Who gets hit by
Woody
a car?
Harrelson,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, and then Woody Harrelson's in it as well, and he's like classic Woody Harrelson. Just like he, what do they call him in Zombieland? He's like that same type of character.
You know what? I feel like when people hire Woody Harrelson, they just give him a 3-month supply of weed, and they say, just go, just do what you want. We'll film it.
So get this. The plot of it is Woody Harrelson is a hitman, and he works for his handler. Has all these agents, and they're just called the Man from wherever. So he's the Man from Toronto, and Kevin Hart's like this. He's got a bunch of get rich quick schemes and kind of a perpetual fuck up, but always hustling for shitty ideas. But anyhow, he takes his wife on their for her birthday. They take her to this cabin, and his printer was low on ink when he printed off the address, so he goes to the wrong cabin, and a bunch of these
frozen
shenanigans ensue, and it's a dumb plot.
What's great about that? You talked about Woody Harrelson, and then you told us about the plot, and we couldn't hear anything about the plot. So go watch the movie.
Yeah, honestly, it's I didn't give away much. I mean, it's just a general plot deal, but it's Anyway, Kevin Hart gets mistaken for a hitman, and then hilarity ensues.
Okay, if it's a true Kevin Hart movie, during the end fight scene, does Woody Harrelson somehow pick up Kevin Hart and use him as a weapon? Because I feel like Kevin Hart in every movie, Will Ferrell, with The Rock, he's
Yeah.
always used as a weapon to fend off the bad guys. Does that happen?
No, but there's some really really funny parts, and Kevin Hart, like people forget he's a he's a big movie star now, but like he's a legit funny comedian. Like he's really funny, and so his timing and some of the lines that he had, I was fucking crying laughing.
Oh, his shit when he starts talking about his kids.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right on the money.
Well, the one of the good or the like my tests for a good comedy movie is it quotable? Like if you can sit around with the boys and quote the movie, that's a good comedy.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. I can't think
Okay.
of any movie I love that's not quotable.
Yeah, and so this one, like me and my wife were rehashing it today, and it's legit funny. Like we were quoting it, and I was like, that's kind of my, you know, my bellwether is if it's a good comedy, it's gonna be quotable, and this one is so. It's good to see. It's been a while since we had a good comedy movie.
Speaking of good stuff, comedy wise, have you seen the new Bill Burr?
I haven't yet.
It's
I heard it was good. I heard it pissed off some of the conservative crowd with some of the COVID stuff, but you got to remember Bill Burr's also a left-wing guy, and as long as it's funny, I don't really care if he's talking shit.
I mean, it's kind of like Chappelle. He offends everybody, and even if you're that somebody on that side, you're like, he's kind of right about it.
Yeah. Now I got no issue with any of that. As long, like I said, as long as it's funny, I could care less. And you know,
I mean,
actually
it's
I
not
like
as
it when
funny as breakfast tacos, but
no,
it's
I mean
close.
the Biden. I thought Trump was like God's gift to political comedy,
No,
but the Bidens have like they're giving him a really serious run for his money.
how easy is it to write for SNL right now,
Oh man, and
or
you
should it?
know, say what you will about Donald Trump, but he kept his kids in line. Like they may say some ridiculous shit on the internet, but there is no video of Donald Trump Jr. smoking crack with prostitutes. You know, like say what you will, like the Trump kids are pretty. They kind of got their ducks in a row.
No, because wouldn't you think the first rule in the Trump house is to not videotape?
Probably.
I would think that would be number one.
Like the only time like you're in front of the camera is on your terms. Like that's kind of the genius of Trump was he was able to like control the media narrative. Like didn't matter how they framed it. Like he dominated the media, and he was that was how he was able to like get elected. He just controlled the media narrative. Like he was always in the media.
Well, and speaking about our former head and Cheeto, I watched the January 6th stuff today.
Uh-huh.
And as Matt knows, like I think that day was atrocious. I think it's crap. I think the nation should know about it. Having said that, I don't think they've proven a damn thing about him. I don't think they have a case against him at all.
No, I don't think so either. You can't without like some smoking gun. Like so, like they were playing that leaked audio of Bannon saying like, and Trump told me like he's just gonna declare victory or whatever. Well, that's not illegal, and he did
It's
that.
hearsay. There's a lot of, and it's amazing too. Yes, shady shit was going on, but everybody has the mob mentality. Like you got to think of it, and of course, my friends were talking about, well, it's a committee hearing. I was like, well, what's the goal of the committee hearing? I thought it was something to bring the light to the Justice Department to nail this guy on. Apparently, that's not it.
No, they say they could recommend charges, but like there's not they got nothing, and with all of this stuff they have no cross examination. It's all like softball leading type questions, and yeah. So
Was it you? I think the best outcome was it you or somebody else that told me he's like, I don't know if he can prove anything, but if he just doesn't run again, that'd be the best. That'd just be the best. Just
yeah, I think so. I don't know. Like I think especially if it's Biden again or Hillary, like they're
oh,
if they call Hillary out of which I
ah,
honest to God I hope happens because it'll be so funny. It'll
it's
be too funny.
the whole time I'm just like, are we doing this again?
Yeah. Oh, or if Biden runs again, it'd be the same thing. You're like, really?
Well, and
This is what we got.
it was hilarious. The committee members, I can't remember who. I think it was the representative from New York. I can't remember his name, but he's going on and on about our institutions and protecting our institutions, and I'm just like, why weren't you hammering your side when they were trying to delegitimize the decision of the Supreme Court?
Right. Or the same thing like contesting the ballots. That's the Democrats did that in 2017 when when the the electoral ballots were counted. They did the same thing. They contested ballots because Russia collusion and whatnot.
Did what about the Al Gore days? I can't. It was so far long ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I know it went to the Supreme Court and eventually, like, I think, uh, I think of all the people on these contested elections, honestly, I think Al Gore probably had the best case.
Right.
Um, because eventually, I think the Supreme Court just told them to stop counting, like that. They're like, we're not doing another recount or whatever.
Come
And
on, guys! I'm super serial right now. Just
and
recount.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I think like after that long ago and kind of the partisan bullshit clears, I think maybe like Al Gore might have should have been president. I don't know, but it's I don't know who fucking cares. Like
It was. They also had they had testimony from some random Twitter
mhm.
person, and I'm like, do you really want to hang some of your case on the testimony of somebody who fucking works at Twitter? And they didn't show his face, but I'm pretty sure he's a millennial, so it makes me want to trust him even less.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so bad, man. They dick it up, man. They truly dick it up. And you know what? I'm sorry to come around. Like McCarthy, he put up 5, right? And
Yeah.
they denied 2.
Yeah.
And then he basically did the Eric Cartman and said, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Right.
Not a good, honestly, not a good decision, McCarthy.
Well, it goes back to like the McConnell decision not to take a vote on Merrick Garland. Like you had to know that was going to come back and bite you. Like you had to know that.
You know what? I've come around. I know when people ask me, well, what would you do? Okay, if you're in power and you can get it through, no matter how long it is, how short it is, just do it. When Democrats do it next time, I have no complaints if they do it within the time frame.
Right. I'm kind of in the same boat. I was like, you have to know the optics aren't good on that, and
no,
like you have to know that, and that was a thing, and it's really come back to haunt them because it turns out they know how to hold a grudge and bring it up. They're like the Democrats are the women of politics. I don't care if they're men or not, but they know how to hold on to something and bring it up right when it's gonna cut the deepest. So like anytime there's something with the Supreme Court, they're gonna bring up Merrick Garland and
remember that time you got drunk at my parents' house?
That
was 5 years ago. Yeah, well, it's still fresh in our mind.
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh, fuck.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers fucking everything.
I know it. That might be one of the better Family Guy bits. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're What else was? Oh yeah. So did you see the repeat the line video?
Yeah, if you can pull it up. And
Uh,
you should.
well,
We should
it's
pull up
been out there plenty of times, so we don't really need to. I mean, well, also my computer's fucking slow, so um,
little backstory. Joe Biden got caught in another Ron Burgundy moment where
yeah.
he was reading the teleprompter too literally.
And it's not that hard of one to like bounce back from. You can just be like, "Hey, I'm an old man. I've been on the road a bunch here, and it's like my eighth speech in the last whatever days. Cut me some slack. I read the teleprompter a little bit too closely, whatever." But instead, no, they alter the official White House transcript. So what he does is he's going through this deal. He's making a big speech on the Roe v. Wade decision, and he gets to it, and then he goes, "End of quote." Repeat the line, and then goes back into it, and immediately the one of the deputy press secretaries come out and said no, like replied to a Twitter that showed the video of it, and he said, "Let me repeat the line," and you're like, bitch, I can see the video right there.
She went full 1984.
Yeah, here we go.
Was he frozen?
He's froze.
I thought that was the actual video because I could see him just staring off into nothingness.
Like his Cornholio moment where he just like froze up for like a solid minute. Just perpetual Rob voice.
Oh, come on. Why is this so hard?
I don't know. I need a new computer. Hey, I need all you folks to sign up on Patreon so I can buy a new computer.
Power.
Here we go.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political or maybe precise, not and or political power. Register to vote.
Actually, I'm quite proud of her.
Power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political or maybe precise, not and or political power. That's another way of saying that you, the women of America, can determine the outcome of this issue.
It was good. I'm actually quite.
You know what?
She didn't start laughing.
That is the most vice presidential she has been this entire time. You know what? We talk a lot of shit on this show, but we also give credit where it's due. And you know what? We got to give credit to Kamala. I'll even pronounce her name how she wants to be pronounced because she kept her shit together very well right there. Because can you imagine what would have happened if she would have started cackling like she normally does?
I would have fucking eye rolled the fuck out of that old man.
Oh fuck. Yeah, but then yeah, just like the straight up Big Brother 1984 change history. Like, no, he said, "Let me repeat the line." But I watched the video that clearly he didn't say that. No, that's what he said. That's
do you
what
think
he said. Look at the transcript.
It's almost like they think they can do the Jedi mind trick on millions of Americans.
These aren't the breakfast tacos you're looking for.
She did not equate Latins to tacos.
She did not make a racist comparison. And then you see her at the what's his name, Shinzo Abe's funeral, and she'd be like,
she didn't call him sushi, did she?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. She'd be like, and you people of Japan, you're so painstaking to detail, just like little sushi rolls.
Oh, I can't believe she said that shit. God damn it.
Oh, she goes to Sweden. She's like, and you're just as sweet as your famous meatballs. Oh, man. She goes to Africa, and she's like, "You are
Oh no.
just as athletic as the bugs you eat."
Total 1990s principle.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's funny, but the people on my side of the political spectrum are the ones that are supposed to be racist. But we'll get called racist for pointing out how the comments they made were subtly racist. But isn't that how the cycle goes?
I
That's how.
mean, Matt, have you shoved any Hispanic children lately?
Well, my kids are, I guess, a quarter Hispanic, so
So yes, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I mean, I've done my part for society.
You
Um,
should run for office.
I should. I gotta get me one of those free crack pipes that they were sending out, and then I gotta get a hold of Hunter, and then I'll be fast tracked. Like, it'd be like cabinet position and then Senate. Yeah,
Here,
I
talk
think
talk amongst yourself real
I
quick.
think that's my my ultimate goal is so I'll get me one of those free Biden crack pipes. I'll somehow maybe I'll set up a GoFundMe to raise money so I can buy one of Hunter
Let
Biden's
me
paintings.
give me 2 seconds, Matt.
Okay,
Go, keep on talking.
but I'll buy one of his paintings and that'll get me in his good graces. And that's all anonymous because it's Hunter. It'd be a conflict of interest if people knew where the money was coming from that bought those paintings. That would be terrible for something or other. But anyway, you getting good with Hunter. You go party overseas with some high dollar hookers, and not. I sent you that the picture of him discussing what kind of prostitutes he would like. It's a lively conversation with the madam of the situation, and and it kind of just makes me like him more. The guy knows what he likes, and he's he's willing to compromise a little bit, but he's a guy that knows what he likes, but he's not real picky. And so anyway, after a couple of weekends of doing the Lord's work with Hunter Biden, then you get in good with the big guy, and then you get a cabinet position, maybe like an advisor role that you don't have to be confirmed for, because let's face it, I'm not gonna make it past a Senate confirmation hearing, but I could be hired in an advisory role, and then I got to find a little shtick to run for Senate, and it'll be good. Then I'll be Senate, and then I will go full swamp creature. Like once I'm in, I am abandoning all principles, and I'm getting me some of that military-industrial complex money, and yeah,
Raytheon, baby,
fuck
Raytheon.
yeah. Maybe I'll get a board position somewhere, and then I'll taunt Elon Musk on his own platform if he does end up buying Twitter. What a shit show that thing kind of turned into.
Yeah. What's the latest on that?
He's backing out of the deal, and then Twitter sued him to complete the deal, and now he's like he's kind of gloating because they have to do discovery in court for the his big complaint seems to be over the bot accounts, and supposedly that's going to make them have to put forth all their records, and then I guess there'll be supposedly more than the 5% bot accounts that he had agreed upon, and then I don't know. Who the fuck knows where it's going?
Is it just me, or is it like he stepped in it a little bit?
I think maybe so. I think maybe so. But I will give him credit. He is a pretty wily dude, but he's also had his lumps. So this might be another one where he just has to cough up $1 billion and have some egg on his face, and then they'll probably like ban him from Twitter.
Well, and isn't his big problem that he feels like they aren't, which I believe, but he can't prove it. There's no way to prove it. Isn't his problem like there's more dummy accounts than what they're accounting for? Isn't
Yeah,
that the
so
big flub?
I believe they're like the contractual agreement was like 5% or less of bot accounts, and he has thrown out numbers like as high as 50% of Twitter users are bot accounts, and I don't guess I'd be surprised if that was the case either, because you can see like where particularly on like hot button topics, when you can go and read the comments on a tweet and you'll see like the same exact tweet from 9 different accounts right in a row, and you're like, oh, those are all bots.
I thought Matt McKinley was a bot for a while because all Matt McKinley does is stir the fucking pot.
Who says I'm not?
Well, shit, I had some good times with a bot then in college.
These are not the breakfast tacos you're looking for.
My bot has the sweetest tits.
Let me see if I can. You don't have Twitter anymore?
No, I got the fuck out after the so-called professional analysis on Roe v. Wade. After the day after it happened, I had to close out.
No, okay.
Like the thing, the you know what got me? The one that got me was I saw a whole bunch of people saying Ruth Bader Ginsburg's name incorrectly, like, oh, she would stop this Roe v. Wade. Read a paper she wrote on how she felt about it.
Yeah.
And of course that died down 2 weeks later. I assume people probably looked at it finally and said, oh, RBG was actually said this was a rushed through decision.
Right. And yeah, it was. And it's going to be the same thing with probably if it's like the Obergefell or whatever, the gay marriage ruling. It's a kind of the same thing where they just kind of the court made law instead of interpreting law. And so like if that does get taken up, like there's a good chance that'll get struck down, but it'll be kind of the same way they left it open for Roe v. Wade. The 14th Amendment and the right to privacy.
Right.
But like the court can't make law, and that was kind of the whole thing behind the ruling. But they're like, you got some of the crazies wanting to like indict the Supreme Court justices for perjury, like particularly Amy Coney Barrett and Kavanaugh.
I mean, isn't that every court hearing? And
yeah.
at the time, I mean, this case didn't come up, right? At
Right.
the time when they were getting, and I believe they said they thought it was settled law, but isn't settled law only settled until the next case?
Pretty much. And
I don't know, man. The one thing that I have against my liberal friends and people is it's the ends justify the means, or the means justify the ends argument. Like
yeah.
Me as a person, to get to some goal, you have to have a legit way getting there. You can't cut corners. You can't do this shit. You can't circumvent the rules. I'm sorry. Like, that's the one thing. I mean, yes, I disagree with something, but I would never want to break a rule or change a rule because I didn't get it my way this time. Because it's the Mitch McConnell effect. Like, oh, I'm not going to think about the consequences of me doing this action on down the road until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in a pissy match back and forth constantly.
Yeah, because like as much as the Republicans warned against like the nuclear option on Supreme Court justices, they were more than happy to go ahead and skirt that nuclear option after the precedent had already been set. And that's why like setting that precedent is such a dangerous deal. That was kind of the way it was with like this national health emergency for COVID. like by doing that, that allowed all these governors to just run fucking wild too, and become like little tyrants in their own states. And it was all because it was goes back to the power of like, national emergency powers. And it just, man. But we never learn. I texted you our closer video, the great woke off.
What is this Hunter Biden picture
Okay,
you
yeah.
just sent me?
All right, so pull that up.
Okay.
This is Hunter Biden having a conversation. He's haggling and discussing what type of prosties he would like.
Yeah.
So
she's blonde. Shocker.
This is one of the screenshots that was leaked from his iCloud account. And so a bunch of 4chan people, she's a little too skinny for my liking, but
what is 4chan?
She's not unattractive. It's some message board. It's where the scourge of the internet go.
Is it like the AOL? It's basically like AOL chat then.
Kinda, except it's more anonymous.
Okay, so the blue is Hunter.
Yes, and the other one is the Madam. She's a legend. This is the Madam speaking.
How about you be Hunter and I'll be the Madam?
Okay, I think I can do a good acting job on this.
Okay, and scene. She's a legend. None of these women are expecting for Diva, but Nicola and Diva and Ella and Lucy will all know quality girls who are like I am, disgusting and highly, highly wary of evil. What? I also have Denise, a German 26.
No to Lucy, I think.
Okay, so fine. Do you want a foreign or domestic?
And you have to make the pitch directly.
I can't give you a fucking Asian, sorry. I'm not doing it. Wait. Why is Asian the cutoff?
I don't know, but...
What's... Whoa. Any foreign domestic you can have except for Asian.
Yeah, I can't get you fucking Asians. I'm sorry. So, Hunty, he says domesticated foreigner is fine.
It's just fine, whatever.
A domesticated foreigner, fine, what the fuck ever.
Wait, I give you Isabella, but she has kids and an NBA ex-husband.
No yellow.
Oh my god, this fucking guy. He's a Bond villain. He's a pedo Bond villain.
Oh man, he's an American treasure is what Hunter Biden is.
You know what the best thing about this whole chain is? She's just like throwing out names and it's like he knows them.
Yeah.
So this isn't the first time he's been through the drive-thru.
Yeah, and it must have I don't know, maybe it wasn't him particularly that asked for Asians, but somebody asked for Asians, and she's like, I can't get you a fucking Asian.
And she got heated about it.
I know, and he's like, all right, no yellow, fine, shit. Oh, and remember, folks, the conservatives are the racist ones. No yellow.
No yellow. Oh,
no,
fuck.
No to yellow, yes to breakfast tacos.
So the other video you sent me, what's that about?
Okay, so I'll pull it up. It's an article, but the video is halfway down. And this is what I'm calling the Great Woke Off. And of course, it happened in Portland. Like, you know, it had to be one of three places: Portland, Seattle, or San Francisco.
Are we reserving this for a very special listeners on the Patreon?
No, we'll play it and then we'll go to Patreon.
Got it.
I think you'll enjoy this one.
Oh man.
It's
yes. Does this have the one where the Asian dude and the white Karen are yelling at each other about the oppression that they face?
Native American and definitely a Karen. And They are both just intolerable. But it's funny.
The Linwood Times.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but
Okay.
I saw this video on Twitter the other day, but yeah.
She told me to go back to where I came from.
Your driving habits,
do you see that?
Because we don't drive the same in Oregon. We're fucking kind and we make space.
Okay.
And as someone who's from here as well, I'm so tired of people driving like you just did.
All right, get out of my face.
Constant.
Get out of my face.
Admit you're fucking wrong and that it's not a race thing. Admit that you're driving.
Admit
like
you're
an
white.
asshole.
Admit you have this colonizer mindset.
It is not about race.
Yeah, tell them again. Yell
It is not about race.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
the problem here.
Oh, man.
Wait for it.
Oh, so it's on me.
Do
So it's
not
on me.
call the race card.
Don't fucking be
Because
emotional. Do not call the. Shut up. And don't even get in her face. Do not get in her face.
Oh man.
Do not.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth, Karen.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's like the best burn ever.
We are, and it's important. It's fucking important. Give it a moment. If you want anything
Can you
to
imagine?
change,
I'd be so
Shut up.
pissed.
It's not on me to change. It's on you and your colonizer mindset.
Oh,
Get
my
the
God.
fuck out of my face
You made
now,
a mistake
you
and
white lady. You white lady.
I'm as
You
angry
white
as you are.
lady.
Get out of my face.
Admit
Because I'm
you're
done
wrong.
with this conversation.
And get in the car, dude.
Wait.
Fucking
I'd be like,
No.
get in the fucking
Oh
car.
wait, it gets better when he does
It's
get
not
in
on
the
me.
car.
It's on you and your people. I'm not taking any directions from a white lady.
Everyone needs to hear how angry you are, but it's not about this.
Ugh.
It's not about what just happened.
They're both
I'm
just
okay.
awful.
Ugh.
In my
Can you imagine going to a party with either one of those
He's not in
two?
my space.
No.
You're breathing my air. You fucking colonizer. Get out of my
Colonizer.
face.
Drive away.
And don't give me those white tears and a fake white guilt and a
not
fake condescending
trying.
look.
There's
You don't know the
nothing-
pain of my people. So get out.
I don't, because my people were in Ireland when they were doing all that shit, dude.
Well, my family was probably fucking them up, so
You told me to get back to where I
you
came
know,
from.
Spaniard
Okay.
background.
Speaking from the Irish, not the Spaniard over here.
Yeah, like we probably could have committed some atrocities. Not gonna
I don't
lie.
care. Oh, I don't care. Put it on the internet.
God.
Was that it? Oh damn.
That was
'cause-
it. Do you need? Oh, of course, her.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
Play that.
Yummy.
Play that because
What does it say on her window?
Dependence.
Just independence.
No, interdependence.
Enter. Why is this not playing? Yeah, it's not. It's just a
It's just a screenshot.
XYZ love. Where's the piece? Oh,
By feed.
live feed. Read. Oh, she's got to be a teacher.
Visualize world peace. 'Cause
Okay.
That'll make it happen.
Go to trees. You are our dream. Damn.
Yeah, so the guy gets in his car and they're still like jawing back and forth at each other and he keeps trying to slam the door but the seatbelt was hanging out, so it's just like thunk.
All right, I gotta see this.
It's so funny. Like I've never seen a less masculine dude in a confrontation ever.
Don Lemon would have assaulted him, and he would think either fight or flight, and he flew.
Don Lemon would have grabbed that guy by the dick and just to see what would have happened. You know, like, yeah.
Ugh. American man in Oregon, as our buddy Rob would say.
Oregon.
How's this not on here? I'm really upset right now, Matt.
I don't know. But yeah, it was really, really funny.
Oh, our country.
Yeah.
Where's my country gone?
But I do love to watch the left wingers just eat themselves. That it's always a glorious sign, you know. Especially when you have like two ultra wokesters like that. Like that's just glorious.
Did you say you had a liberal freakout video compilation?
That was it. It was
That was it. Okay.
it was the great Portland woke off of 22. Remember everybody, patreon.com/burning daylight. If you'd like to help out the show, you get extra content, ad-free content. It's also Spotify premium as well. There's you can sign up there, $4.99 a month. And other than that, remember, what was my breakfast taco saying? I forget. It was no to racism, yes to breakfast tacos.
Every time.
And move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Oh, fucking Matt, you're stupid.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, that's it. We'll see.
Your eyes up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horse is kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. We'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Well, life is just a gather, and you won't catch 'em all. But when you ride through the gate, make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight.
Damn it, I'm going through our text messages.